If you ask me what my favorite Toyota model would be, it would be this one right here. Not because it's fast, not because it's the most rugged, most affordable, or most practical, but because of how gloriously plain and straightforward this is. What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph, and today we'll be reviewing this. This is the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Alright, so the Toyota RAV4. The Toyota RAV4 has always been one of my favorite, if not the favorite, SUV available right now. Not because of how flashy it looks, not because of, you know, how sporty and good looking it is, it really is, but because of how subtle, how straightforward it is. I mean, from the front clip itself, you got this hexagonal grille, and it complements those LED headlamps and fog lamps quite well. I like the design of the DRLs. They have this nice pattern inside of it. Gives it quite a distinct look to it. You've got all these boxy lines. Now this pearl white color scheme, which by the way will cost extra, has this nice look, especially when the light hits it in the right way. And paired to the panoramic sunroof, you basically have a black roof on this one. That natural two-tone look that's not too forced is kind of good looking. I mean, yeah, it's a RAV4. Yeah, it's something that's something that your mom would probably be driving back in the 90s and early 2000s. But I mean, look at this. It's nice. From the side profile, you definitely see those 18-inch gunmetal alloy wheels. I mean, 18 inches usually these days, especially on top of the line SUVs, won't be enough. But because of how the side profile is shaped, it into this arrow-like structure to it, it seems like 18 inches is definitely good enough for this one. And again, those alloy wheels, the gunmetal color right there, gives it a nice pop, especially when paired to the pearl white of the Toyota RAV4. You also got this black plastic cladding all around, which is definitely nice because it's not too over exaggerated or overemphasized in the RAV4. You just have enough of those shapes on each side of the wheel well there. If there's one weak point to the design of the RAV4, it's going to be that rear section. I mean, yeah, it still is a continuation of the overall design of its overall boxy shape, but then again, it goes back to being the Toyota of old, where it's a little bit too plain for my taste. You got these LED tail lamps. It's connected by this brushed aluminum looking, but certainly plastic color bar right there. And yeah, there's nothing too special about the overall look of the rear, but what is special though is the power tailgate. I mean, it has a special kick feature where you can actually just kick the lower section of the Toyota RAV4 and it pops open. I mean, with the entry-level RAV4, you won't have that same kick feature, but at least you still get a power tailgate. Now, once you open up that rear tailgate, you got all this space to put all your stuff in. And what I love about this, though, is that you got a low flat floor. Despite the fact that this is a hybrid vehicle, you still have, well, Toyota was still able to care enough to put in a spare tire. Right, so inside the Toyota RAV4, this is definitely where it's at. I mean, it definitely does show a little bit of its age, and that's most apparent with the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system right here. This has Toyota's older UI, user interface, where it's functional, it's nice, but it's bland, and it's definitely not going to be as competitive, especially compared to the onslaught of huge tablet-like screens on other crossover SUVs. You got physical buttons to play with. You got this rubberized scroll or tuning knobs on each side, and the volume knob, which is really appreciated. And it matches the knob, the aircon knobs right here, which it's nice. It gives you this rugged and outdoorsy feel and appeal that I really appreciate, especially inside what's supposed to be a classy, premier crossover SUV. Speaking of classy, I mean, look at this soft touch material on the dashboard, on the door cards. This right here, my friends, is a leather material. None of that soft touch plastic feel. I mean, it would be fine if this were soft touch plastic instead of having this nice full grain like leather. Same soft touch on the center armrest here, again on the dashboard. Unfortunately, it's not gonna have the same material on the knees here. The center console features pretty much what it looks like, the same material, but those are hard plastics. I would appreciate if that had the same material, because if you're trying to drive the RAV4, especially when going through twisty roads, canyon carving, your knees are gonna hit that center console, and it does take a toll, especially when you're hanging on for dear life. You're driving where you're cornering as aggressively. I would appreciate if that had a soft touch too. But one thing that I find weird inside the RAV4 though is that it also has these seat warmers. So you don't get a cooled seats inside the RAV4, but you do get seat warmers. You should be able to use those seat warmers, especially when going out on long drives. But nah, if you're using the RAV4 for its intended purpose, which is city driving, bringing the kids to school, grabbing some groceries, I would appreciate if it had cooled seats instead. What I do like is this panoramic sunroof. Before, when the RAV4 was first released, Toyota wasn't really known for having these fancy features. Having panoramic sunroofs on a Toyota was pretty much unheard of at the time. It would be relegated to its bigger, more fancier brother Lexus, but you got it right here. So yeah, that's something I do appreciate as well. The steering wheel is nicely weighted. It has a softer, it has a smoother leather material wrapped around it, but you do have complete controls for your volume on the left and your adaptive cruise control on the right. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this small touchscreen here, but again, it features the old UI, so it's pretty small. Plus, you got a CD player. A CD player in a modern car. It's rare these days. I haven't actually seen a CD in quite some time now, but I appreciate that Toyota still has there. I would appreciate even more if they actually had to replace this, trade in the CD player for a bigger touchscreen, but maybe in a future iteration. A few more extra niceties here. You've got a wireless charger right there, a USB port, a single USB port, and a 12-volt power socket. You got another 12-volt power socket right here inside the center console, but that's mostly for the rear passengers. So having a take a look here, the second row seats have also the same leather material on the seats. It's very comfortable, very spacious. You got good visibility, very straightforward with a little touch of classiness inside. All right, so right now we're driving the Toyota RAV4. It's got a 2.5 liter hybrid engine under the hood, and doing a quick acceleration test, you can definitely feel that power. You got 218 horsepower and 221 Nm of torque max, combining the Atkinson cycle engine with the electric motor. So you not only just get a very frugal engine and a great economical drive, the performance is right there as well. So you won't be lacking, you won't be searching for more power other than what the RAV4 can offer. It's not going to be the sportiest, it's not going to be the fastest, but it pulls, definitely pulls. Now you must be familiar with Toyota's hybrid technology by now. We've got a ton of content on the channel about Toyota's hybrid technology, but in a nutshell, you basically combine a frugal engine, in this case a 2.5 liter Atkinson cycle engine, with an electric motor. So you get the best of both worlds. If you want to get into the green revolution, this electrification trend that we're going in right now, but you're afraid of range anxiety, this just might be your best bet. I mean, you still use it as a normal car. You gas it up every now and then. In this case here, a little less often than you would in a normal car, but you still get the benefits of electrification, instant acceleration, good fuel economy. This, in my opinion, the reason why Toyota might not be that much into full electrification is because of how well their hybrid technology works. And you just might be into this because of how it is. So putting the power to the front wheels is Toyota's CVT, or continuously variable transmission. Now, because of the combination of the electric motor with the internal combustion engine, well, it negates the downfall or the pitfalls of having a CVT. And you won't be minding that when you're getting great fuel economy. Driving the Toyota RAV4 in the city, recently we've been having really heavy traffic. I was able to get 14 kilometers per liter in the city, which is absolutely bonkers if you think about it. So basically you get twice the fuel economy of a similarly sized vehicle in the Toyota RAV4 with none of the drawbacks. No, you still get a great engine, good performance, but still twice the fuel economy of a normal SUV. Now, the way hybrid engine works is that you won't be able to get the full benefit of a hybrid engine, especially on the highway, because you'll be mostly using the ICE, especially when you're cruising. But still, even though that's the case, I was still able to get at least 16 kilometers per liter on the highway. But that's with me driving it without even thinking about fuel economy. I was so basically using it as a normal car. If you use this with fuel economy in mind, I'm sure you guys can get much better fuel economy. Suspension wise, you've got McPherson struts up front and a double wishbone suspension in the rear, which gives this great comfort. And let me tell you this, because it doesn't have those huge 19-inch alloy wheels, you just got those 18 inches right there. The size of the tires are able to at least absorb a lot of road imperfections that you're going, and when paired to the suspension, it's great. It's a great ride, especially when you're cruising through the city. The suspension is actually tuned more for comfort, and you can feel that. The only drawback with that is that when you're driving in twistier roads, more exciting roads, you actually feel a lot of the body roll. The safety features of the Toyota RAV4 is pretty comprehensive. This one here, and it's standard across the range, has Toyota's Safety Sense. Now, the difference between the entry-level XLE and the LTD, which we have right here, is that the XLE does not have a blind spot monitoring system, and it does not have the surround view camera or the 360-degree camera system. But it does have, the XLE still has the rear backup camera, but all the models across the line have the safety sense features that you would love. You've got the lane tracing, lane keep assist, you've got adaptive cruise control, forward collision assist, the works. Everything that you need in a modern compact crossover SUV, you've got it right here. It even has proximity sensors, so if you have one of those motorcycle riders or if someone's getting too close for comfort, it actually detects them and activates the camera to see you and to show you where it is in order to avoid potential collision or getting those scrapes and bumps. You won't be able to completely avoid that because of the system. That's still up to you. You are still the car's best safety feature, but at least you got these things to help you out. Pricing for the Toyota RAV4 starts at 2,304,000 pesos for the XLE variant. The XLE variant has smaller wheels. It doesn't have that kick feature for the power tailgate, and it loses the 360-degree camera system as well as blind spot monitoring system and rear cross traffic alert. But the top of the line LTD, which is the one we're testing right now, it starts at 2,632,000 pesos. But if you want to get the white pearl crystal shine color, which is this one, that's going to cost you extra at 2,647,000 pesos. Whew, that's a lot of cash. That's a lot of coin for a compact crossover SUV. But if you ask me, compared to its rivals, the obvious rival to the Toyota RAV4 is of course the Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V has been recently refreshed. In fact, it's an all-new variant, and it also has Honda's own hybrid technology attached to it. But the difference with that is that it is much cheaper because it has various engine options like a 1.5 liter turbo. It also is available in all-wheel drive. With the Toyota RAV4, the ones available in the Philippines, you only get the hybrid motor and the front-wheel drive. Now with the Toyota RAV4, it feels like a complete package. Sure, you can get other cars that are bigger on the inside. You can get more advanced hybrid systems. You can get a faster motor, a faster engine. But it seems like Toyota has completely engineered the RAV4 to be the complete package. You're not going to buy a car just because it's fast. I mean, if you want to get a fast car, you can get a fast car, but you can have just 2 seats inside. You can forget about the exterior. You can forget about the safety features. If you want to buy a car for the safety features, there's going to be some compromises to it. Right here, the reason why it costs that way, costs this much, is because of all the features that you need, they're in the RAV4. So if you're looking for a complete package, a car with a complete package, this just might be the one for you. And there you have it, folks. That's our review of the 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. It's got everything that you need, nothing more, nothing less. But what do you think? Drop me a comment in the comment section down below, and while you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification icon so you wouldn't miss any of our videos. This has been Roy Robles from Zigwheels.Ph. Now, excuse me, I gotta get back to work so I can afford one of these. I will see you guys next time.